Yes. Come on, buddy. You can do it. Do a 5-second negative. Activate those dormant genes. It's happening. Do you feel it?
I feel
Do you feel it?
Damn, BS. I didn't know you were such a great lifting coach.
Stop it, you. All right, buddy. Gotta go. Take care. See you around.
Dude, what the heck are you doing here? I'm training for hormone release. Testosterone, with the power of lightning. Do you even know what hormones are?
Hormones are basically your body's powerful messengers. When your body has to adapt to a stimuli, it does so by releasing hormones. Those hormones then tell the organs what to do. Testosterone, among other things, is the hormone that signals the need to grow muscle tissue. The testosterone-enhancing properties of resistance training have been known for several decades. After lifting weights, the androgen receptors in the muscle tissue activate, and free testosterone molecules will bind to those receptors. That is when muscle growth starts to take place. You now understand why steroids build muscle even without training. Supraphysiological amounts of testosterone will bind to the androgen receptors anyway, and fool muscles into getting bigger even if they don't need to.
Usually, we lift weights for muscle and strength gains. The increase in testosterone happens as a side effect. But even if you flip the script and chase testosterone instead of muscle growth, the ideal training style is still the same. Both will happen anyway.
So training for high testosterone is basically the same as training for muscle and strength. It can all be summarized in one phrase: gain strength over time in a medium rep range, focusing mostly on big compound exercises. There is maybe one key difference. When your goal is to maximize deep production, you should keep volume moderate, even if a higher training volume routine would be better for muscle and strength gains. The reason for that is because testosterone is indirectly correlated with cortisol, the stress hormone. If you put too much stress on your body through high volume workouts, cortisol goes up, and that causes testosterone to decrease in a dose-dependent manner.
So the real question to ask here is, what's the ideal way to train for muscle and strength? Because that will also be ideal for testosterone.
Any training program is built on three pillars: volume, intensity, and frequency. All of these need to be set in a way that complement each other, and together create an adaptive stimulus. The best researchers and coaches in the world agree that a good default formula for muscle growth would be this. For intermediates, 40 to 100 heavy reps per muscle group per week, 40 to 100 easier reps per muscle group per week, and about 70% of those reps should be on big compound exercises. With this formula, you're hitting all the main points. Low rep, high weight strength training is vital for building large amounts of muscle over the long term. But pure strength programs tend to be very low volume, which isn't optimal for increasing testosterone levels. So what you want to do is a hybrid approach that emphasizes heavy compound weightlifting and a higher weekly volume. This way, the intensity is high enough to cause growth, and you're doing enough volume to trigger an adaptive response.
And there's a reason why you should focus mostly on compound exercises. It is commonly accepted that to optimally increase testosterone from training, you have to activate as much muscle tissue as possible in the shortest amount of time. This is known as the testosterone work principle. Compound exercises like weighted chins, dips, squats, deadlifts, bench press, shoulder press, and so on elicit a large hormonal response, larger than isolation exercises. You can even go one step further and look at what type of muscle tissue you're activating. Your body biologically has more androgen receptors in certain muscle tissue groups than in others. For men, a lot of these androgen receptors reside in the upper body, so the cherry on top of it all is to focus on the muscle tissues with the highest amount of androgen receptor density. Your lower body has a large amount of actual muscle tissue, which will translate into a lot of testosterone production through big movements. Unfortunately, there is research showing that regardless of how much you train your lower body, you'll never be able to increase the androgen receptor density in that muscle tissue. However, you can do that in your upper body. This way you'll have more androgen receptors available for the elevated level of testosterone and growth hormone released from training. I actually find bodyweight exercises to work best for this. My routine is built around weighted chin-ups, weighted dips, muscle-ups, weighted muscle-ups, and other bodyweight exercises. In fact, when I initially raised my testosterone to over 1,000 nanograms per deciliters, I was doing a purely bodyweight workout routine. Now, before we wrap up, I want to address one more thing, and that's cardio. Doing a lot of cardio puts a lot of stress on the body, which in turn elevates cortisol production. As a result, testosterone levels will go down significantly. Now, I speak from experience because I used to be a triathlete. Even with all the training I was doing, I still had belly fat and very little muscle mass. And when I started focusing on strength instead of endurance, my testosterone levels shot up and my physique improved dramatically. Now, if you need to do cardio, do only short sessions, not going above 2 to 3 hours per week. Also, high-intensity interval training will be much better than moderate-intensity cardio.
So in order to maximize T production through training, focus on these points. Progressively gain strength in a medium rep range, use a routine with moderate amounts of training volume, do mainly compound exercises, and do small amounts of cardio or just walking.
But what about slow negatives? Dude, I don't want to steal your secret training technique. That's right.
Hey, it's Chris here again. Thanks for watching this video. Now, to help you optimize your training for testosterone production, my partner Ali from anabolicmen.com put together an ebook for us called The 5 Training Methods That Skyrocket Testosterone Production. Click on it to get it for free. To check out my book, Test Shock, click on Test Shock. Also, for more videos like this one, make sure that you subscribe to both of our channels, Think Eat Lift and Anabolic Men.
Oh my god! Holy shit! Let's get the fuck out of here.